Well, hello, Johanna. How are you doing today?
I am great. How are you? Where's your
I'm,
energy? Come on.
hey, I'm ready. I'm saving it for when we go live on the radio.
Okay.
We are like 40 seconds away from being live on the radio, folks, and we're gonna kick it up in just 30 more seconds. We're gonna kick it up and we're gonna get started and we're gonna run today. I'm excited to be here with you today. Tune in and take notes and let us take you on a journey today.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So we got 10 seconds left and we'll be live on the radio.
All right. That's good.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to my world. You are listening to IBGR Network, now known as International Business Growth Radio. In other words, Profit Radio. You're welcome to Talk Leadership with Cedrick, and I am your host today. And you know, everybody needs a little TLC, and I'm Cedrick LaFleur, as I said, and today we're going to be talking about failing forward, redefining failure. Now, that's going to be a great topic to talk about. And in the studio with me today is my co-host, Miss Johanna Rincon. Johanna Rincon. Johanna will be my co-host, my sidekick, my guiding light. She will be helping deliver content and keeping me on track. She is going to add so much value to the show. I'm excited to have her here. Her responsibility is also going to be bring the female perspective to leadership. So let's welcome my cup of Joe.
Thank you, Cedrick. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. And I am super happy to be here and honored, of course. So ready for the show.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited that you're here and we're just going to have a good time and make this thing work. So, folks, what I want you to do is to go to our website. There's two things you can do. One, you can either go to our website at ibgr.network and check us out there and get our show notes. But the other thing that you can do that's going to make it more easy and convenient for you is to go over to the App Store or to the Play Store on Android and download our app. When you go there, just type in IBGR, and it's going to pop up IBGR Business Growth Radio, and you just hit download. And when you click download, boom, you're going to now have IBGR to go on in the palm of your hand. You're going to have it right where you need it, when you want it, all the time. And I love to call it IBGR to go. So when you're ready to go, IBGR will be right there with you. All you do then is just hit play and boom, you'll get to hear Talk to Leadership with Cedrick. Boom, you'll get to hear the people side of business. Boom, you'll get to hear people talk about finance and other parts of business development. So I'm excited for you to get that app from the App Store. Now, you know, Michael Jordan said, I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying. Now, that's just a wonderful quote. Now, before we jump into the topic today, Johanna, you know, I always like to start the show off with a story. So, you know, I have a story for the audience today. You think they're ready for this story?
I think they are. Go ahead and give it to them.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and do this. So now, you know, we all have been pulled down by others before. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about this. Have you ever been pulled down by someone? Johanna, have you ever been pulled down by someone?
Absolutely. Oh, yes. Many times.
Okay. All right. So let me tell you about an experiment that researchers did with 4 monkeys. See, they brought these 4 monkeys in a classroom, in a closed environment, right? So it's this classroom that they brought them in, and they had a tree for the monkeys to climb to the top of it, where they had a big bucket of bananas. Now, automatically, when the monkeys came in the room, the first monkey started to go up that tree. When the monkey got real close, right before he got to the bananas, they doused him with a big bucket of water, right? The monkey hurried up and ran back down the tree. Then the second monkey, he saw the bananas and he ran up the tree. And when he got close to the bananas, they doused him with a bunch of cold water. And he hurried up and he ran down the tree. You see what happened? You can see what happened. The next few monkeys tried to climb, and each monkey was doused with water each time they ran back down that tree. And then they took one monkey out of the room and replaced him with a monkey who had not gone through that experience before, meaning getting doused with water, right? And automatically, the new monkey saw the bananas and he tried to climb the tree. But the other three monkeys that had gone through that bad experience pulled him down. They would not let him climb. There's no need for water anymore at that point. Because the other monkeys were going to pull him down. Slowly, the researchers pulled one monkey out of the room until they had no monkeys in the room that had gone through the water drenching. So now there are 4 monkeys in the room who had never been doused with water, but they kept pulling each other down so that they would not reach the bananas. They didn't know why they were doing it. They just were doing it. And they pulled him down. They pulled the monkey down every time. Each one of us have been pulled down by people who have not necessarily experienced something bad in an area, but they have heard, key word here, they have heard of someone who has experienced something bad in an area, so they pulled you down. Right? The moral of the story is you will have people that try to pull you down for no reason at all. You have to understand how to overcome that and how to fail forward. As I stated, we're going to be talking about how to redefine failing forward. Johanna, you ready to get started with this?
I am so ready, Cedrick.
All right. So now, in order to get started, in order to understand how to fail forward, we must first understand what is failure. Oh man, I love this question, trying to understand it. Every successful person is someone who has failed. Every one of them. Yet they never regarded themselves as a failure. Key thing right there. They failed before, but they never regarded themselves as a failure. My main point is this. When you fail, do not label yourself as a failure. Let me say that again. When you fail, and you're going to fail, don't label yourself as a failure. Everyone trips and falls sometime in life. Achievers see failures as monetary events rather than lifelong epidemics. They realize failure cannot be avoided, so they will welcome it as a natural and necessary part of leadership and their life journey. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of questions that I want you to answer, and then you can follow along in your show notes. If you got the app, you can see the show notes, and we have this information in here for it. Here's some questions you need to ask yourself. As a child, think back to your childhood, Johanna. What was your view on failure? Right? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, like something really bad. Like you can fail. If you fail, you're a failure. Basically, that's the mentality, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So the second thing is, how did your attitude toward failure develop? That's the question you got to ask yourself. And then the next one is, what lessons have you learned as a result of your failure? Whoo, man, those are some good questions, right? So now failing forward is not false self-esteem, folks. I want you to understand me, and I want you to make sure you're clear on this. Failing forward is not false self-esteem. I place high value on praising people, especially children. In fact, I believe that people live up to your level of expectations for them. If you believe they're going to succeed, they will. If you believe they're going to fail, then you know what? That's going to happen too. But I also believe that you have to base your praise on truth. You can't make up nice things to say about other people. You just can't make them up out of the air. You see, here's the approach I use to encourage and lead others. Number one is I value people. Number two, I praise effort. And number 3, I reward performance. Now, don't get these crooked now. You value people first, you praise their effort, and then you reward performance. You don't just give them a reward for anything. You reward performance. Johanna, let's get going with this.
Awesome. Well, those were some really good points, Cedric. Let's now discuss the 7 abilities needed to fail forward. So here are 7 abilities of achievers that enable them to fail, not to take it personally, and to keep moving forward. So here's number 1, reject rejection. Let me share this quote by author James Allen. He says, "A man is slight rally what he thinks, his character being the complete sum of all his thoughts." That's why it's important to make sure you're thinking it's on the right track. I absolutely love that, Cedric. We are what we think. And here's the thing. What we think is what we feel. What we feel is what we say. And what we say is what we do. I'm going to repeat that again, Cedric. What we think is what we feel. What we feel is what we say, and what we say is what we do. Think, feel, say, do.
I love it. Think, feel, say, do. Do it with me here, folks. Come on, audience. I know you have to see this, right? Think. What I think is what I feel. What I feel is what I say. What I say is what I do. Let's do it one more time. What I think is what I feel. What I feel is what I say, and what I say is what I do. Whoo, man, that is some juice right there. So, folks, we're gonna be going to a break in a minute. And when we come back from break, we're gonna break down the rest of these 7 abilities needed to fail forward. Man, we have such a good show lined up for you today, folks. And I want to tell you what. Oh, man, you're going to love it. You're going to be able to use it. You're going to be able to take it, package it, show it to your kids, show it to your significant other. You're going to be able to take that back to work with you. We're going to give you some good stuff today here. So you're listening to Talk to Leadership with Cedric on the radio. Everybody needs a little TLC, and we're with Cedric and Johanna today. She's my cup of Joe, and we are making moves right here today on this good old show. Man, I tell you what. So, hey, folks, be ready for some good stuff right after this commercial break. Thank you very much. You're listening to IBGR Network, Business Growth Radio. In other words, Profit Radio. Awesome. So, folks, we are on a break right now from the radio, and we will start back up in like 2.5 minutes from the commercial break on the radio. But we're still here with you live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you have comments, you want to say something, boom, put it in the comments and let us know what you're thinking. Let us know if you like what you're hearing. Johanna, you loving it?
I'm loving it. My internet is not letting me love it so much. I don't know what's happening, but I am enjoying it.
Hey, folks,
her
internet is not letting her be great today. That's okay. We're going to get through it. We're going to keep working. We're going to keep pushing. We understand how to fail forward. See, we just understand this. So awesome. I tell you what, I'm excited about what we're going to be delivering to you guys today on the radio. And I know that you're going to benefit from this a lot. So make sure you stay tuned to what we're talking about. Hey, Donna, I see you out there. Hey, Catherine, I see you out there. I'm glad you guys are listening. And Donna says, don't get pulled down by monkeys. Absolutely. And she typed in, what we think is what we feel. What we feel is what we say. And what we say is what we do. And yes, absolutely love it. And Catherine, I'm so glad you joined us today.
That is awesome.
Yes, it is. So we'll be back in another minute and 15 seconds from commercial break. And we're going to get started right back into what things, the 7 abilities that's needed to fail forward. We had talked about number one, and Johanna said, hey, James Allen stated that a man is literally what he thinks, his character being complete sum of all his thoughts. That's why it's important to make sure your thinking is on track. And then when we come back from commercial, we're gonna go to number two, and we'll be back from commercial break in like 40 seconds. So hang in there with us, and we're gonna continue bringing this lesson to you today. And I'm excited that my cup of Joe is right here with me today, and we running
it. We are running it.
Absolutely. So we got 15 seconds left. Ten seconds. All right. So, folks, we're back, and you're listening to IBGR Network. IBGR is our call sign as a radio station, but we are more than a radio station, folks. We are a network, and we are bringing high value to entrepreneurs, to business leaders, to business employees all around the world. So if you're listening in Mumbai, India, you can hear us. If you're listening in Canada, you can hear us. If not you listening, I know you can hear us. But if you are in Canada, you can listen to us. If you're in Mumbai, India, you can listen to us. If you are in New England, I'm in doggone it. What do I want to say? I don't know what I'm going to say. Johanna, let's just go ahead to number two.
All right. Well, here's number two. See failure as temporary, right? You see, people who personalize failure, they see a problem as a whole, right? They're permanently stuck in it, Cedrick. But achievers, they see any predicament as something temporary. For example, take the case of United States President Harry Truman. In 1922, he was 38 years old, and he was in debt and out of work. He had no work. And in 1945, Cedrick, he was the most powerful leader in the free world, occupying the highest office in the land. Now, here's a valuable lesson. If he had seen failure as permanent, he would not have remained stuck and never would have kept trying and believing in his potential. That is a very powerful story right there, Cedrick. So I think it definitely lays out the point of, failure. It's something temporary, and it's part of the journey too. So number three, are you ready for number three, Cedrick?
I am so ready for number three.
All right. So here's number three. See failure. Awesome. Well, number three is see failure as isolated incidents. When our achievers fail, they see it as a momentary event, not a lifelong epidemic. It is not personal. And if you want to succeed, don't let any single incident color your view of yourself. That is the one thing that you want to keep in mind. You do not let the single incident color the view of yourself.
Absolutely.
All right. So here's number four. Keep expectations realistic. This is another point. Keep expectations realistic. The greater the feat you desire to achieve, the greater the mental preparation required for overcoming obstacles and persevering over the long haul. Here's a good example of realistic expectations, Cedrick. If you want to take a stroll in your neighborhood, you can reasonably expect that you can do that with no problem, right?
Right.
But that's not the same case if you intend to climb Mount Everest. So, be realistic. And here's what I know, Cedrick. It takes time, effort, and ability to overcome setbacks. You have to approach each day with reasonable expectation and not get your feelings hurt when everything doesn't turn out perfectly. And I know that's a problem that we have. Sometimes things don't turn out the way we want it, and we just take it personal.
Yeah, and unfortunately, people do take that thing personal. Hey, so let's kick on to number five. Number five says focus on your strengths. Right? Anyone, I'm sorry. Another way to for achievers to keep themselves from personalizing failure is by focusing on their strengths. Focus on the things that you're good at. Right? So here's what I want you to do, and you can write this down so you can remember this. Focus 70% of your time on your strengths. Focus 25% of your time on areas that you want to improve, right? And only 5% of your time on weaknesses. Now, I know this is something totally different than you've ever been taught, but they all taught you wrong. See, this is why you don't know how to overcome failure. So you need to pay attention here, right? Focus 70% of your times on your strength. See, no matter how much time you work on a weakness, it's never going to be as strong as your strongest strength. So don't focus a whole lot of attention on that. Make your strength even better. Then spend 25% of the time on things you want to do, you want to improve on, right? Because then you're going to be focused on it, you're going to be passionate about it, and you're going to try to improve on those things. And then only 5% of your time on area of weakness. All you're trying to do is make it a little bit better. Okay? Right. See, if a weakness is a matter of character, however, it needs much attention. See, focus on it until you shore it up, until you make it better. So you can't let character be weak, right? Otherwise, the best bet for failing forward is developing and maximizing your strengths. That's just it. Number 6 is vary your approach to achievement. See, in psychology, in the Psychology of Achievement, it's a book by Brian Tracy. He writes about 4 millionaires who made their fortunes by the age of 35. Now, that'd be a great thing, right, Johanna? To be a millionaire by 35. That
will be excellent.
They were involved in an average of 17 businesses before finding the one that took them to the top. 17 businesses. See, they kept trying and they kept changing until they found something that worked for them. See, achievers are willing to vary their approaches to problems. Meaning what they do is they adjust the plan to get to their end goal. See, don't fall in love with the plan. That's important in every walk of life, and it also is important in business. Right. Number 7 is you got to learn how to bounce back. So this is number 7 of the 7 abilities needed to fail forward. So number 7 is the ability to bounce back. See, all achievers have in common the ability to bounce back after an error, after a mistake, or after a failure. The key to bouncing back is found in your attitude toward the outcome. See, your attitude determines your altitude. See, achievers are able to keep moving forward no matter what happens. Ooh, man, Johanna, let's go ahead and take them to the next part of this because they're not ready for this yet.
I was gold, Cedrick. Awesome. Well, I'm about to share now 4 steps on how to fail forward. All right. So here's number 1. Take action and reduce your fear. You know, the character trait on this is initiative. Right. So here's what Anna Pavlova said. She's a Russian ballerina, by the way. She says success depends in a very large measure upon individuals' initiative and exertion, and it cannot be achieved except by the dint of hard work. I absolutely love that, Cedrick. You need to work hard, and you need to, a lot of people think success, I always look at success as an iceberg, right? Mm-hmm. What people don't see, it's really what got you there, all the sacrifices and all the consistent work. So that's why I absolutely love that quote. So here are some insights about initiative. The majority of your fears and worries are unfounded. Fear is the thief of our dreams, Cedrick. 60% of our fears are totally unwarranted. 20% have already happened. And 10% are so petty that they don't really affect our lives.
Wow. So let me say, so you're saying 60% of our failures are totally unwarranted. 20% already happened, so we're past that, and 10% are so petty that they don't even affect all. That is amazing. So when we add that up, that means that 90% of our fears are causing us problems that don't even really, things that don't even matter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
It is crazy. And, a study from the University of Michigan entitled 10 Seconds of Greatness by Dennis Waitley, of the remaining 10% of our fears, only 4 to 5% are real and justifiable. And even half of those things are, we cannot do anything about. So this means that okay, Cedrick, are you ready for this? This means that only 2% of our fears are something in which we should be concerned. All right. So that means that 98% of all the craziness happen and the fears are not, are not things that we should be concerned about. Only 2%.
Yeah, so let's stop right there, John. So that means that if we have 100, if this is right here is 100, right? And we say that 2% is right here, right? 2% is just right here. That's all we should be worried about is that 2%. Instead, we spend all of our time worried about that other 98%, which is unwarranted, unfounded, is not even going to affect us. That's right. That's an awesome stat to share with people. Wow.
Absolutely. And, to fear, it's one thing. And to let fear grab you by the tail and swing you around, it's another one. That was a quote that I found by Catherine Pearson. And I absolutely love it because, that's what we do. We actually let fear grab us by our tail and we get paralyzed because of fear.
Wow, that is amazing. Well, folks, we're going to be going to a break here in about another 45 seconds or so. And Johanna just hit us with some stats, man, that should make your head spin, right? That you worried about all these things that really don't matter in terms of fear. And this isn't a scientific study. This is just amazing, folks. You are listening to Talk Leadership with Cedrick on the radio, and everybody needs a little TLC. We're going to be right back after this break. This is IBGR Network, and we are excited about you being here with us today. We'll see you right after this break. Thank you, folks. All right, Johanna, that was just awesome. So folks who are seeing us live on Facebook and YouTube, we're on a commercial break right now. With from the radio. So what I want you to do is just to sit back, relax, and we're going to have a little chat here. If you want to share something with us in the comments, definitely do that. Just put them in the chat and we'll get to see that. I see Juanetta Proctor. Juanetta and I went to high school together, and I see you out there listening. I actually escorted her at her debutante ball. So we go long way back. And then I see my main man, Mr. J.D. Walton, James Walton. He was my one of my vice presidents of sales back at Abbott. And he says, you are not judged by the number of times you fail, but rather by the number of times you succeed. The number of times you succeed is the amount of times you can fail and keep trying. So keep trying. I love that. I thank you very much, JD, for giving this and talking about somebody who knows how to succeed and go big time. Mr. JD Walton definitely is one of those people. Thank you for tuning in, and thanks for the comments there, folks. I am excited about you being here today. Johanna, are you having a good time today?
I'm having a good time. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay and with no interruptions. I just see myself getting frozen sometimes, but I just want to make sure everybody's hearing me okay.
Yep, we can hear you fine. You're coming across loud and clear.
All right.
Yeah. So folks, we are going to be preparing. We're starting to prepare for 2021 for our very first show in 2021. So what I want you to do is to think about what it is you want to hear on Talk Leadership with Cedrick on the radio, and give us some feedback. What do you want to hear around the topic? We're helping entrepreneurs understand how to build a better business. We're helping them understand how to fail forward. We're helping entrepreneurs better understand how to impact their business. And no topic is off limits for us. So if you have something in mind, share it in the comments, and we'll consider that to be one of our topics, and we'll build a whole show around it. And we may have you come in. Starting in January, also, folks, we're going to start with SETI selfies. Starting in January, folks, we are going to bring start doing live call-ins, so you can call us and interact with us. We're excited about 2021, aren't we, Johanna?
It's going to be a great year, Cedrick.
Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button.
There you are. I'm like, where are you going?
All right. So, we got to go back on air. Hold on. Sorry about that, folks. We are a little late coming back, but I hit the wrong button, and all of a sudden we were off the screen.
It's okay. We're failing forward here.
Yes, exactly. I had happy fingers, and I just knocked us off air. So we are back with you. You're listening to IBGR Network. IBGR is our call sign as a radio station, but we are more than a radio station, folks. We are a network, and we are about helping business owners understand how to improve, how to impact their business, whether it's from finance, whether it's from people, whether it's operations, whether it's sales, marketing, all of those areas. And we have shows to help you help your business. So the first thing I want you to do is to download our show notes. First, just go to the App Store or to the Play Store and download the app. Just type in IBGR, and all of a sudden it's going to pop up there on the screen. It's going to say IBGR Business Growth Radio. Click download. Now you're going to have IBGR to go right in your hands. It's going to be with you anywhere you go, in the palm of your hands, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And guess what? We even catch you in that leap year, that 366th day. We're with you. IBGR to go. Get the app. So, Johanna, let's keep going.
All right. Well, we were talking about, just before we went to the commercial, about 4 steps on how to fail forward, and we're giving you some insights here on on how to do this, right? So we are on number 2. So successful people initiate, Cedrick. So initiative is to success. And here's the thing, Cedrick. I'm going to share. This is a quote by Orlando Batista. This is what he says: "Initiative is to success what a lighted match is to a candle." Don't you love that? That Absolutely. Is such a great analogy. I'm going to repeat that again. Initiative is to success what a light match is to a candle. Absolutely love that. You know, those who initiate, Cedrick, win. You know, the first person gets the oysters. The second person gets the shell. That's what Andrew Carnegie says. And I think it's so true. You know, the
Absolutely.
First person gets the oyster. The second one gets the shell. And you gotta take initiative.
Exactly. And I want the oyster.
That's right. You know, the love intuition says, Cedrick, leaders evaluate everything with a leadership bias. You know, not everyone is intuitive in the area of leadership, right? That's a fact. But everyone has intuition. You know, once you have a burning desire and you live in purpose with that desire, decisions come quickly and easily, and seldom, if ever, will change your mind. That's why it's so important, Cedrick, you know, to have not only a desire, but a burning desire, a purpose in your life, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So people that show initiative, you know, they have personal purpose and discipline. That's also another important thing to note. When you have initiative, you have a purpose and discipline. You know, George Washington said, "It's wonderful that we can do if we are always doing." It is wonderful what we can do if we are always doing. I absolutely love that, Cedric. How about you?
Oh, absolutely. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, Johanna, I think that we are, and I think our audience is ready for a little would you rather, right? So let me,
Oh, man.
uh, hey, I have to do it. I have to do it. Let me see. So are you ready for a little would you rather, Johanna?
I think I'm ready.
Okay. All
Bring
right.
it.
Let's do it. All right. So would you rather have a life rewind button or a life pause button?
I think I will do a rewind button.
A rewind button. All right, and audience, you can put your comments. You can answer these too. Just put your remarks in the comment section. So, would you rather have no one show up at your wedding or no one show up at your funeral?
I I think I would rather have no one show up at my wedding.
At your
Yeah,
wedding. Okay.
I definitely want people to remember me and to when I'm no longer here, people at least show up to my funeral.
Okay. All right. So, do you want to be an adult your whole life or you want to be a kid your whole life?
um, yeah, no, I'll be an adult. It's
Okay.
fun being an adult. Yeah,
Okay. All right. So, you want to be able to tell people what to do versus people telling you what to do.
yeah, it's fun being an adult.
All right. So would you rather fulfill your big no. Would you rather own your own private island or own your own private jet?
Um, no, I'll take the private jet. Then I
Okay.
could go to any island I want. How about
Okay. All right.
that?
Okay. I see jet setter. All right. Last one. Would you rather have free Apple products forever or have free Wi-Fi wherever you go?
Ooh, that was that was a good one, Cedric. I think I'll take the Apple products.
You gonna take
You
the Apple
know,
products? Okay.
yeah, I'll take the Apple products. You know, we can. I'm sure we can find some internet everywhere we go.
Okay. So
If not, then you know what? Sometimes we need a break. Sometimes we
yeah.
need a break from the internet, so it's good.
That's true. Donna said, can I have a fast forward button? Right. She says that way we don't have to do 2020 again. I like that one. I like that. She said,
Yeah, that's a good one.
she says, I see life through the eyes of a kid. There's magic and wonder in it. And she says she'd like to have Wi-Fi wherever she goes. All right, so let's keep going. So what we're talking about now are the four steps on how to fail forward. Let me watch the clock too to make sure we don't go over time here. So we're on number 2 of these 4 steps of how to fail forward. Number 2 is find the benefit in every experience. See, the character trait here is optimism. See, optimism is the ability to see the light in darkness, in dark moments, in dark times. You see, when I ask how many people have had a bad experience, usually 100%, I get 100% people say, yes, I've had a bad experience. But when I ask, do you always find the benefit? I usually only get about 20% of the people that say, yes, I find the benefit in. See, optimism, number 1 is optimism is not an excuse to pursue unrealistic goals. See, I've never gone to an Olympic athlete. I'm never going to be an Olympic athlete. So no matter how hard I train, see, so I can't have unrealistic goals, right? I'm good, but I'm not that good, Johanna. All right. Optimism, and number 2, optimism does not justify irresponsibility. See, I could dream of going from $40,000 a year to $1 million a year, but I shouldn't go buy a Porsche while making $40,000 a year. You understand what I'm saying? Number 3, optimism will not change natural circumstances, nor will it bend the laws of nature. See, never will it bend the laws of nature nor gravity. And here's how I want you to understand this, right? See, I can't go eat fried foods and not get unhealthy. You see, and how I'm going to understand the law of gravity? Go get on top of a mountain and then try to jump off and see if you're going to just stay at the same altitude that you are, or if you're going to find yourself quickly at ground zero, right? All right, now, Number 4, optimism. Let me look at the clock here. We're good. Optimism is not a remedy for a lack of preparation. See, I can feel good about that next certification exam. I can feel good about passing that test. But the question is, how did I prepare?
Right.
Am I ready for it? See, looking at the bright side is good, but you have to prepare. Number 5, optimism is not a manipulation tactic to get you on your way. See, being optimistic is good, but being optimistic is good, but you should be, and you should be optimistic, right? It's good and it's a good thing, and you should be. Optimism is seeing life accurately, but with a predisposition of actively looking for, believing in, and anticipating the best possible outcome in every situation. Now, let me give you some benefits of adversity and then some observation about optimism. Let me look at the clock here. We have time here. So, which benefit? Well, let me do this because we might run out of time. Which benefit, if we look at observations about optimism, here's the first thing I want you to know. Optimism is not limited to a few people as a personality trait. Optimism is a choice. It's a choice. Optimism doesn't guarantee immediate positive results. We make those positive outcomes by our actions that we take, right? We underestimate sometimes. The underestimate is to have an optimistic spirit when the circumstances are difficult, allows you to start successfully. You see? So in 1 minute, we're going to go to a break. Number 3, you have to finish is often life's way of deepening and strengthening your character. I like what Lou Holtz said. He says, adversity is a way to measure the greatness of individuals. He says, I never had a crisis that didn't make me stronger. Now think about that for yourself. He says, I've never had a crisis that didn't make me stronger. Isn't that just awesome, Johanna?
It is awesome because that's the outlook we have to take. We're all going through a crisis right now, and we just have to take advantage and learn and move on and take it as a good opportunity for growth, Cedrick.
Absolutely. You're listening to Talk Leadership with Cedrick. You know, everybody needs a little TLC. You may not believe it, but you need it. We'll be right back after this break. All righty. So for folks who are listening to us live on the on video on Facebook and YouTube, we are on commercial break right now. We'll be back in about 2 minutes from that commercial break on the radio. And we're going to wrap up our final session today. And we had so much information, folks, for you today. Your show notes is full, way fuller than what we're getting through today. So you have all of the information that you need. If you don't have it, I just wanted to give you a little secret. You can get it if you go to the App Store or go to the Play Store and download IBGR. It's our app. Yes, that's right, folks. We have an app. So download the app, and then you'll have IBGR to go with you right in the palm of your hands on that iPhone 10, on that iPhone 11, on that iPhone 12, on that iPhone 8. Well, once you get past 8, you might not be able to get it because you might not have the technology. But on that iPhone, and if you got an Android, go to the Play Store, and you too can have IBGR. Let me write down. We got it back here. You too can have the app, and I'm just kidding with you, folks. But go get the app, and you'll be able to take us with you everywhere you go. And since everybody needs a little TLC, you need to bring that TLC with you everywhere you go. Johanna listens to it all day long, right, Johanna?
Yep, we all need a little TLC.
And it's always great to have your TLC, but everybody wants a cup of joe in the morning, right?
That's right.
So we'll be back from commercial break here in just a few seconds here, folks. I'm so excited that you're joining with us today on Thursday. Today is December 10th, right? And we are only 15 days from Christmas, and Santa Claus. Hey, tell me what you're in the audience. Tell me what you're looking forward to for Christmas. What do you want to open? Now, don't say nothing, and you have everything. That's hogwash. Everybody wants something for Christmas, right? I'm gonna tell you what. Nobody better not come to my house with no gift for me for Christmas. I'm just gonna say it like that. All right. So Joanna's gonna be sending me her gift soon. Donna's gonna be mailing me a gift soon. Bill's gonna be mailing me a gift soon. Everybody at IBGR is sending me a gift for Christmas. So it's gonna be an awesome day. Oh. All right. So in 15 seconds, folks.
I don't want no gift, Cedrick. I really don't. not this year. I'm good. Yeah.
All right, we are back from commercial break, folks, and this is our final segment. You're listening to IBGR Radio, and IBGR is our call sign as a radio station, but we are more than a radio station, folks. We are a network, and let me tell you what, you're listening to Talk Leadership with Cedrick, and everybody needs a little what, Joanna?
TLC.
Absolutely, and you got your cup of Joe sitting over there with us as well. And we're excited to do our final segment with you today. We're talking about how to fail forward. And Joanna is about to hit this third bullet point here. Let's go ahead and bring it out, Joanna.
All right. So number 3 is change your response to failure by accepting adversity. You see, a character trait for that is responsibility. Action springs not from thought, but from a readiness for responsibility. That it's a great quote right there by Dietrich Bonhoeffer. And here's the thing, Cedrick, and I want you to share with me, right? Because we know the blame game, and we know when people go to their insurance company, right? There's so many different reasons why they have accidents. So I want you to go ahead and tell me some of those reasons, Cedrick.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I want to say hello to Umu. She is listening in with us today. We're excited to have you tuned in with us today. Just jump right in and share something with us. I love, she said, accept adversity. So the blame game, here's some explanations given to insurance companies when people have had accidents. Let me share these with you. These are kind of funny, right? The first one is, as the person said, as I approached an intersection, a hedge sprang up, blocking my vision. You know how those hedges, just like bushes, just jump out of nowhere and block your vision, right? I'm sure you've had that somewhere driving down the street and a bush just jumped out and blocked your vision, right? The next one is the telephone post was approaching fast when I tried to swerve out of its path and it struck my front end. See, those moving telephone posts always get you every time, right? I just hate that, man.
What about this one, Cedrick? I had been driving my car for 4 years when I fell asleep and had an accident. Well, I guess having for 4 years, it was time to go to sleep.
Absolutely. If you've been driving for 4 years, it's time to go to sleep.
Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
I was on the way to the doctor's office with. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
All right. Number 4. I was on the way to the doctor's. on the way to the doctor's office with the rear.
So let me do number 4 because I don't think it's one.
Can you hear me?
Say it. I'm going to say number 4. When I was on my way to the doctor's office with rear end trouble, when my universal joint gave way, causing me to have an accident. Yeah, well, if you had rear end troubles, you probably need to be at the doctor.
Right. Can you hear me now, Cedrick?
Yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
All right, good. Let me share number 5. I was coming home. I pulled into a wrong driveway. I hit a tree that I do not have. Well, yeah, that will do every time, right?
Yeah. You know, you just drive into the wrong driveway and hit the tree that you don't have. Yes.
Right. And it's number 6. The pedestrian had no idea which way to run, so I run over him. So if you are an undecisive pedestrian, then you know you're gonna get run over. So you better watch out, Cedrick.
Exactly. Don't walk down the street when that person's driving.
That's funny. Well, here's some thoughts about responsibility. Responsibility precedes reputation. Responsibility also leads to reward, which leads to more responsibility. And last but not least, responsibility is a character trademark of maturity. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, I love it too. Number 4, and this is number 4. Let me tell you, if you're just joining in, what we're sharing with you here. These are the 4 steps on how to fail forward, right? So number 4 is say goodbye to yesterday. The character trait is resilience. That means you know how to bounce back, how to fail forward, right? Oh man, this is just lines right up with what we're talking about today. General George S. Patton said, I don't measure a man's success by how high he climbs, but how high he bounces when he hits bottom. Now that's just awesome right there. Now let me share with these traits of people who haven't gotten over the past. They're stuck on the past. They don't know how to bounce back. They don't know how to be resilient. Here are the traits of these people. They start comparing themselves to other people. They rationalize why you can't move on from the past. See, they stay in the past, right? The isolation from others. They isolate themselves from others to avoid confronting the issue. Right? They regret what they can't change. And number 5, bitterness towards the past starts to creep in. And those people, like in a story I told you up front, they start pulling you down. You got to watch yourself from those people that's going to start pulling you down. That's monkeys trying to climb up a tree. That's crabs in a bucket. That's all of those people that's trying to pull you down, stop you from progressing. So once you get over the past, you can start thinking about success. And here's the right attitude towards success. See, the right attitude about success is, if success is a journey, how do you get started? What does it take to be successful? 2 things. There's 2 things required for you to be successful. Number 1, the right attitude towards success. And number 2, the right principles for getting there. Now, let me say that again, because I need to make sure that we're clear on this, right? 2 things that's required for success. Number 1 is the right attitude towards success. And number 2, the right principles for getting there. Wow. And here's what Omu said in the comments, John. She says, yesterday is a canceled check. Tomorrow is a promise note. All you have is right now.
I love that.
Yes. Thank you very much for adding value to the show, Omu. I really like that. See, once you redefine success as a journey, you can maintain the right attitude toward it. See, then you're ready to start the process. See, the results may be as unique as each individual, but the process is the same for everyone. Oh man, that right there is just right there, Johanna. That is the price of gold right there. That's why we do what we do right here, right? The results may be as unique as each individual, but the process is the same for everyone. Now, let me help you, and I'm going to give you this definition, my definition of success. Now, this is my definition. May not be your definition, may not be your mama's definition, may not be Cousin Skeeter's definition, may not be Uncle Bubba's definition. It's just Cedrick's, right? You can use it, all right? I'm giving you permission to use it. You don't have to send me a check. You don't have to send me, a PayPal, a Cash App, or anything like that. I'm going to let you use it. It's my gift to you, all right? Here it is. Success is knowing your purpose in life, growing to reach your maximum potential, and sowing seeds that benefit others. Oh man. Now I got to say it again because somebody missed it. You may be driving down the street. You may be just coming out of a meeting and you turn us on and you say, oh, Talk Leadership with Cedrick is on. Let me catch the rest of it. Right. I want to make sure you get it. Success is knowing your purpose in life, growing to reach your maximum potential, and sowing seeds that benefit others. Now that's success, Johanna.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that is. See, when you think of success in this way, you can see why it must be seen as a journey rather than a destination.
That's
Wow.
beautiful.
That is awesome, Joanna. You know, we gave out some good information today, Joanna. And I'll tell you what, every step of this process, of this journey, if you go back and pull up the show notes, I'm telling you right now, you can use this to help improve situations in your life. You can use this to help improve situations in your business. You can use this to improve situations in any situation that you're in, any environment that you're in. You can use these things. Failing forward is redefining failure. When you redefine failure, you will find success. There's nothing else, no other way to put it, no other way to say it. But when you when you practice and understand how to fail forward, you redefine failure and you reach success.
That's right.
Joanna, anything else you want to add before we end the show today?
No, I absolutely love this show, Cedrick. I think, my take on this is, failure is definitely an ingredient for success, and you must have that in there. It's part of the journey. And when we take that mindset and we approach the journey with that mentality, I think we can certainly reach not only success, but also significance, right?
Yes, absolutely. Now, folks, we're coming up toward the end of the year, and you have some decisions to make about your business. You have some decisions to make about your life. I want you to stay tuned in to Talk Leadership with Cedrick so we can help you make the right decisions for your business and make the right decisions in your life. And let me tell you what, folks, we're going to help you for the rest of 2020, and we're going to really help you in 2021. So I want you to stay tuned to what you're listening to. This is Talk Leadership with Cedrick on the IBGR network. Everybody needs a little TLC and a cup of Joe. Oh, we're going to add that in there, Joanna. Everybody needs a little TLC and a cup of Joe. So when I say TLC, then you're going to say cup of Joe. So, okay. So we have to go right now. So thank you. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Awesome. So, yeah, how do you like that TLC and a cup of Joe?
That's lovely. I think we're still live with StreamYard.
Yes, we are.
All right. Yeah, I love it.
Awesome.
Everybody needs a little tea
and a cup of Joe. I like that. I think our audience likes it as well. We're going to see you next time. And if you have any comments, still you'll be able to put them in the comments. And we will see you next Thursday.